Hey everybody, this is your Digital Super Saiyan 3 back with another video, and today I thought I'd review a classic animated series from my childhood. Case in point, Disney's Hercules, based off of the 1997 Disney flick of the same name. This is a series that was spun off of the movie, basically in response to the movie's success. The series features a much younger Hercules, basically Hercules being in his teenage years while still being in training. And yeah, basically this is around Hercules being in training. Along with that, you also have Hades trying to conquer Olympus, and Hercules thwarts his plans. And not to mention, he's also have to balance his school life as well, having to make friends with a crazy kid by the name of Icarus, a gloom and doom kind of girl by the name of Cassandra, who basically is Sam Manson, but Greek, and has red hair. And let us not forget, he's also got to deal with Hades on a daily basis. Oh, and this popular douchebag by the name of Adonis, who's all full of himself. Yeah, the series made its run in the aftermath of the Hercules movie. Even though there was a lot of merchandise for Hercules, there was a video game for the PlayStation 1, toys, Happy Meal toys, as well as regular toys that were made for the movie. Yeah. And yes, Disney did target this movie towards boys. And the series does feature characters who show up from who appear in the movie, basically having appearances in the show as well. Characters like Zeus, Apollo, Hera, Hermes. And yes, the gods of Olympus do get more speaking roles in this show. Zeus is usually playing the role of the father figure that Herc has to come to advice for. And basically, yes, Hercules does come to Zeus for advice. I mean, definitely saying this was definitely one of the better portrayals of Zeus as a father, because Zeus in the Greek mythology was not all that fatherly. Yeah, especially if you look at the version from God of War, who is a complete dick as a father. The Disney version of Zeus, on the other hand, definitely was a better father than any other version of Zeus. And yeah, I'm kind of right that the Disney version definitely was a better father figure than any other version of Zeus out there. And yes, Zeus does have faith in his son. Now, I really want to talk about, well, the animation of Hercules the series. Yes, it is not as good as the movie's animation, but then again, it was a TV grade animation, and it was made by TV people, so I can understand that. I can understand that the animation isn't as good as the movie counterpart. But then again, it still stays true to the Hercules spirit. We still have characters like the Muses who appear in the show, as well as Pegasus. Basically, here are some of the episodes I do remember watching. And yes, I recently watched the first episode of the show where Hercules gets a job. Basically, he's interning at a fast food place, basically a place called Euro World. Basically, a restaurant that serves euros. And he's working at a Greek mall. Well, because this is Greece after all. He's working at a mall, interning at a mall with his friends, including Adonis, who's, like I said, who's this school rival of Hercules, and Adonis is just there. But of course, Herc quits his internship but gets a job riding Apollo's sun chariot. Then the sun gets stolen by Pain and Panic riding harpies, and then Herc eventually has to get the sun back when the sky goes dark, and he has to bring daylight back to all of Greece. And not just Greece, the world, especially since the fact that Hades stole the sun just to make Zeus look bad, and tries to take over Olympus. Though he gets his plans foiled by Hercules. It's practically the formula that they go with. Another episode of the show I do remember is the crossover episode they have with Aladdin when Jafar comes into the picture. And he is revived, and Hades and Jafar team up, and Hercules has to team with Aladdin to stop Jafar. I do remember how the series is, especially since the fact that, yes, this was at a time where Disney was making shows based off of their movies, which they still sort of did. Which they still sort of do. I mean, recently we just got the Tangled, and not to mention, we also got the Tangled. Nowadays we got the Tangled animated series that was made back in 2017, and it's still going on. But Disney's Hercules definitely does keep the tone of the show. Basically, Hades does something evil, Herc has to stop it. And of course, Hercules also but besides having some of the tones of the original Hercules movie in there, they also got to deal with the fact that Herc's in training. Yeah. Another episode also dealt with the Romans. Yeah. Basically, when Icarus lands in Rome, the people of Rome think Icarus is a god. And Hercules teams up with this Naga, this snake lady. I don't know if it was Medusa or not. I know definitely not Medusa. It was some Naga. And they team up, and they have to also take on the gods of Egypt who tried to enslave Rome. I gotta say, that is pretty crazy for this show. Of course, the gods of Olympus do show up at the end, and Icarus gives them their Roman names. Zeus becomes Jupiter, Poseidon becomes Neptune, this, that, and the others, and the episode ends with Hades reading the newspaper and saying, "Pluto? You gotta be kidding me." And speaking of Hades, he's yet again voiced by James Woods, who had been voicing the character for a long time. He voiced him in the movie, he voiced him in the series, he voiced Hades for a long time. Hell, the last time James Woods voiced Hades was recently in Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, James Woods had been voicing Hades for that long. When you talk about his character roles, Hades is one of his longest character roles he's ever done. And I wouldn't have it any other way, because there would really be big shoes to fill if they ever recasted Hades. Bottom line is, Disney's Hercules the series. It's funny, it's action-packed, and it's enjoyable. As it definitely has the characters from the movie show up. I think Meg showed up in one episode, but I can't remember. But honest to God, Disney's Hercules was a very enjoyable series nonetheless. And I hope in the near future we get reruns of this show. But that won't happen as long as Disney XD's trying to be Disney Channel. Anyway, this has been your Digital Super Saiyan 3, and I'll see you next time.